Happy Monday. We're going to start this video off with a little bit of meal prep. I have some white meat rotisserie chicken here, salt and pepper, a cream of chicken soup. This is the 98% fat-free, some Great Northern beans, a can of diced green chilies. We are making a white chicken chili, by the way, in the crock pot. We have some spices here. I will have the original recipe linked down below for all the measurements. I'm going to use some of this vegetable broth for the chicken broth that the recipe calls for. First thing you want to do is put all your liquid stuff in your crock pot and go ahead and just whisk it together. That's to make sure we get this cream of chicken soup all whisked together. So I just have the broth and the diced green chilies and the cream of chicken soup, and I'm just going to go ahead and whisk that up. And then we're going to add in the spices. Again, check out that recipe to have the measurements of the spices. And we're going to go ahead and just whisk the spices in there as well. And then we're going to add in the beans and the chicken. So these Great Northern beans, for some reason I was thinking they were little itty bitty white beans, but I think those are cannellini beans. So I kind of liked it that these were bigger beans. And then we have our white meat rotisserie chicken. Now this is going to cook on low for about 8 hours in my crock pot. So I did not meal prep this weekend. We'll talk more about that here in a few minutes. For breakfast today, I'm going to take some of the Catalina Crunch cereal, a toasted almond coconut yogurt, and then a banana. Haven't had my yogurt bowl in a while, so kind of been missing it. And then for a snack, I'm going to bring another yogurt, which I did not end up eating, and then also a Built Puff Bar, which I did eat. Hey guys, happy Monday. You guys know I like to try to be super positive, but I also like to be real. So today has just not been a very good last few days. You know, as I didn't have a weekly chatty video up, that was my computer and my software. I had to, I noticed it was like freezing up my editing software. And so I thought, okay, maybe it needs an update. So I updated my software. It had like some optional updates, but no required update. Then I noticed my computer's video driver needed to be updated. So I updated that, restarted my computer. It still was like certain clips would just freeze up my entire thing. And no matter how many times I restarted everything, it would not work. And I was like, oh no, it's broken. So I just could not mess with it any longer. And so that's why that video didn't go up. And I was kind of bummed because I did like a keto crate unboxing. I'm going to save the footage and maybe I can splice some of the footage in there. Hopefully it's not too like weird or funky. Anyway, so then Saturday when I did my groceries, I thought, oh gosh, am I going to have any trouble with this? But my grocery clips are so small that it actually, it froze a little bit, but they went in there. So I don't know what's going on. I had to buy this new laptop, which I bought it like 2 years ago. I bought it specifically for this software because my desktop couldn't keep up with my software. And I think it's getting too big for it again. So I don't know what to do. I might have to change editing softwares. I don't know. Anyway, then on Thursday, my husband hurt himself at work, but he didn't think it was a big deal. But then he went in and he picked up an extra shift on Saturday, and he only got about 3 hours into the day, and he was in so much pain. So he told his supervisor, I think I'm gonna have to go to the doctor from when I fell. And we were there for 4 hours. That's how long it took. The workers' comp stuff, on the job injury stuff, you know, takes so much time, so much paperwork. They couldn't, and since it was a weekend, they couldn't find what workers' comp insurance that my husband's work uses. His supervisor didn't know. The main supervisor didn't know. HR wasn't in, of course, because it was Saturday. So we had no information. And so they said that it was going to slow the process down. He would have to come back in to fill out more paperwork. And we're just like, at this point, you know, I'm just like, you know, and in Oregon, you have to miss 3 days of work before you can even get time loss paid back to you. And he has no sick leave to use. And so we're going to have 3 days of work that he will not be paid for. But here's the thing is by the time he comes back to work, because she put him on modified restrictions. Well, the restrictions she did, he can't do his job. And so his supervisor told him, no, he can't come back to work till he's full duty. And right now they said a week. They want him to come back in a week. So we won't, and they're supposed to call him this week sometime to set up that appointment. So we won't even know until he can't even go back to work until he sees another doctor again and to see if they'll release him to full duty. In the meantime, who knows when we'll get paid for the time loss. But you know, we have savings and stuff we can use, and knowing that we're going to get the money, that's not, I don't think that's the part that's really stressing me out. It's just the, you know, it's just all the stuff going on, you know. And then TMI, but I started my period, which started actually on time this month. Well, it was like 4 days late. So again, super weird how my cycle's being, but I didn't have one at all in September. And then, but this is when it told me I would start in October. And actually it followed the same like days, like it has readjusted. My app has readjusted to my, what my cycle has been doing the last like several months. And so it like predicted that I was going to have this long of a cycle. So it's actually kind of interesting. So then I started within 4 days of that prediction of this longer like cycle that it's being. Anyway, so that's not helping with my emotional stuff. So that was our whole day Saturday. So then Sunday, luckily I got my grocery shopping and all that stuff done before he ended up coming home. Then Sunday, I was just so down in the dumps. Like I mean, I know it's just all this like emotional stuff, you know, and just hormones and crazy stuff. I could not get out of it. I could not get out of it to do anything. I laid down and read all day. Did not do my meal prep, did not do anything. So that's why meal prep is in this video. As you'll see, meal prep will be in this video. I just couldn't, because I did some of it this morning, and then I'll do some of it tonight when I make dinner tonight. But I didn't do anything yesterday, so I need to go pick up my husband's prescriptions that they prescribed for him for his back. He hurt his lower back, his hip, and his ankle when he fell. And so I have to go pick those up during my lunchtime. And so to pack everything up, because I didn't do it yesterday, because I couldn't even get off the couch yesterday. It was just definitely one of those like just emotional low days. So anyway, that is what is going on. I'm really going to try to just beat this, you know. I think I just need to have a day like out of the house, at work, and just mind distracted off of everything, and I think I'll be okay. But it just totally threw me off that this morning I had nothing done. I had no lunch prepped. I had nothing done. So I'm just feeling so just out of sorts, you know. So anywho, that is what is going on today. So hope you guys all had a great weekend. Sorry to start my video off kind of in a little like, you know, negative note, but it's all going to be up from here. Okay, you all, it's all going to be up from here, and we're just going to push through and make it happen. It doesn't, like, it's pouring down rain right now too. So that's the other thing. But anyway, I'm going to head out of here. I'll show you what my breakfast looks like after I mix it all up. My lunch, like I said, since I couldn't do my meal prep lunch, my lunch is actually going to be dill pickle salad with some rotisserie chicken. That's all I could pack up super quickly. Again, I didn't meal prep, but at least I had those. That's why I like to pick up those salad kits when I can, because since I won't be going home for lunch today, because I have to go to the pharmacy, which is going to take my entire lunch because Walmart is insane. But anywho, okay, I will probably see you guys here in a little bit. I did bring my coffee with me, so I have a Premier Protein caramel and some Stoke cold brew and a little bit of sugar-free caramel sauce in there. And here is my breakfast bowl. I forgot to show you guys my really super cute nails. Super cute. Okay, so packing up my lunch, I have some rotisserie chicken. I'm gonna take a dill pickle salad kit. I'll probably have half of this. This is what happens when you don't meal prep. More on that here in just a second. I'll pop on and explain how my weekend went. Okay, so this has been cooking all day. I'm gonna have a serving of this for dinner, and then I'll leave me 2 more servings to have this week for lunch. Okay, so I topped it with some cilantro, some jalapenos, and some plain non-fat Greek yogurt to use like sour cream. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. I'm feeling so much better. I'm still just feeling these like emotional highs and lows, and I know it's just hormonal, but goodness, it is like throwing me for a loop this week. It is just so bad, and I'm just kicking myself for not meal prepping, but I'm just making it work this week. But I'm definitely going to make myself do it next weekend no matter what's going on. But right now, speaking of meal prepping, I'm going to go ahead and prep. I have a little bit of time before I have to leave for work. So I'm going to go ahead and prep what I'm going to have for lunch today. And that's going to be a buffalo blue cheese burger wrap. And I'm going to use some of this 96% lean ground beef. So we'll do this will be 4 servings. And then I'm going to do 4 Laughing Cow spicy cheese wedges. And then I'm going to add in some of this buffalo sauce. So that'll be the filling. And then I will be using this La Bantarita tortillas. And then I also will have some the Bolthouse blue cheese dressing. But I'm going to go and get this made now. And then I'll show you, I'm just going to take the same breakfast as yesterday, but I'll go and get all my breakfast and my coffee and my snacks all together. I made it to Walmart yesterday to pick up my husband's prescriptions, and I was able to pick up some of my Quest salted caramels, protein shakes. I have like one more of the Premier Protein. It's just not as good as the Quest ones, are just my favorite. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to go and get this made, and then we'll get my stuff packed up. And then tonight I have a really yummy dinner for you. I'm going to do a low carb chicken casserole, which was actually supposed to be my meal prep this week, but I'm going to go ahead and make it for dinner tonight, and then I'll have it for lunches and dinners and stuff for the rest of the week. But anywho, okay, let's go and get this together, and then I will show you my breakfast and my snacks and all of that fun stuff. Okay, so here is my meal prep lunch. I know not a lot to look at, but I bet it tastes amazing. So at lunchtime, we'll wrap it up, add in some lettuce and some blue cheese dressing, and I bet it'll be amazing, you guys. Okay, I have 1 serving of the fruity cereal, Catalina Crunch. I'm gonna have to get more of this, but I have 1 serving left, the cherry light and fit yogurt, and then we're gonna do some mixed berry blend for my yogurt bowl this morning. Then for snacks, I'm bringing some of the golden tomatoes, which I think I may like more than the ruby red ones. So good. And I don't think I've tried this flavor. This is the banana cream pie built puff, so I have that. Those will be my snacks. Then my coffee, we have the stove cold brew, salted caramel Quest protein, a little bit of salted caramel syrup. We'll pour all that in, and that'll be my coffee this morning. Okay guys, so here's my wrap. Before I wrap it up, so one of the wraps, I have a quarter of the ground beef spicy pepper jack cheese mixture, topped it off with some of the Bolthouse blue cheese dressing, some lettuce. I'm gonna wrap it up, and this will be my lunch. And because I know someone will ask, yes, I did heat up the meat before I put it in the wrap. Actually heated up the meat and the wrap together. You could also throw this in the air fryer. I just don't have time right now. I have to get back to work, but this does look really yummy. Okay, I'm gonna put my dinner together, which was actually supposed to be my lunch, but because I didn't meal prep, this did not turn into my lunch, but I want to go ahead and have it for dinner, and then I'm going to be able to have it for a couple of days for lunch as well. So I'm going to make a low carb chicken enchilada casserole. I'm changing up the recipe a little bit, so make sure you check out the description box. You can find the original recipe and then my recipe, how I'm making it up a little bit different. So there's 2 parts to it. We have our filling, which we're going to do our rotisserie chicken. We have our green enchilada sauce. We're going to use half of this for the filling, half of it for the topping. I'm going to use a can of Rotel. We have our sweet corn. Have some chopped onions. So once I cook all that up together and I take it off the heat, then I'm going to add in the cheese, because I want the cheese to be not totally melted until I put it in the oven. So we'll add in some reduced fat sharp cheddar cheese. And then for the topping, we're going to use the rest of the enchilada sauce. We're going to use a can of diced green chilies, and then some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And then also I'm going to use some garlic powder, onion powder, and some cumin to add in some flavor. And we'll mix all that up. And after we roll it in our tortillas, after the filling's done, we'll roll them in these La Bantarita carb counter tortillas. And then we'll put them in a casserole dish. I'm going to do 3 servings. So I'm going to do 3 tortillas, and then I'll just cut it in half, and then we'll have 3 servings. And then once we get the tortillas, the filling in there, we'll do the topping. We'll pour the topping on top, put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes. Everything's cooked, so it's really just getting the cheese melted and, you know, just everything all kind of yummy. And then we'll top it with probably some green onions and some cilantro, and probably some more, maybe some more plain non-fat Greek yogurt I'll use as sour cream. So let's go ahead and throw all this stuff together. So I'm just heating up the filling mixture in a saucepan until that's just kind of heated through. We're going to add in our onion powder and garlic powder as well, just to add a little bit more spice. And then I'm going to make the topping while that's heating up. So we have our enchilada sauce, our thing of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and then our diced green chilies, and then also, again, I'm going to add in some garlic powder and onion powder to that. Mix it up, and then when our filling is all done, we're going to go ahead and add in our filling to our low-carb wrap. Add a serving of cheese on top. This is a reduced-fat sharp cheddar cheese. Roll it up and put it in our casserole dish. So I just kind of a small casserole dish here because I am just making 3 servings. So here's all 3 of my tortillas, or my enchiladas all wrapped up. We have our sauce ready to go. I'm just going to pour that on top, put it into a 350-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. I ended up popping the oven up a little bit higher just to get it to cook a little bit quicker because it just did not seem like it was cooking very hot. And so I did heat it up. But here's my final plate. You see here I added some cilantro, some plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and some jalapenos. This was amazing. I cannot stress how good this was. I will have the recipe typed out down below, so check it out. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I know this was a little bit not normal video that I normally make, but next week we should be back to normal. But I think I made things work. I still now have meals for the rest of the week. I still got my meal prep done, even though it's a little unconventional for me.